welcome you all for the second term. So from today onwards we are stepping into another term, a new term in this academic year. Are you all ready for our today's class, students? Yes? Very good. Students, we all have visited so many tourist spots and so many places, and look around you could see so many natural beauty things. Am I right? God has created everything for us. He created mountains, hills, valleys, rivers, streams, birds, flowers, animals. Okay, and God has gifted so many things for us. We could see, we could sense, we could smell, we could hear, we could touch, we could feel, we could speak, we could taste. Am I right? So these are the sense organs. Okay, now keep it aside. Imagine that you are in Himalayas. Where are you now? You are in Himalayas. In Himalayas, in the hills, what are the things, what are the beauty you could see there? Can you just imagine? What can you see in Himalayas? You could see high hills and streams, then rivers. You could see so many varieties of birds, flowers. You could see snow. Am I right? What can you hear? Now you are in Himalayas. Imagine that you are in Himalayas. What can you hear? You could hear the creeping sound of the birds, right? And also the rustling sound of leaves, trees. Yes or no? Yes, very good. Now what could you smell there? You could smell the beautiful aroma, the smell, the fragrance of variety of flowers. Am I right? Okay. And what could you feel in Himalayas? Is it a hot place? No. It is one of the coldest places. Am I right? Okay, so here in Himalayas, now you are in Himalayas, you are on a hill. What could you feel? You could feel cool breeze there. So how can we identify all these things? We can see, we can hear, we can smell, we can feel with the help of our sense organs. Now imagine that. Or you can compare yourself. Now you are in Himalayas, you could see all this natural beauty. Now you are inside your home and you are looking at your smartphones. Always you are looking at your smartphones. Is smartphones are essential today? Of course it is essential. Why? What are the things you are doing with your mobile phones or your smartphones? If I assign you to do a homework or make a research on something, what will you do? At once you will take your mobile phone and you will start browse on it in Google or Yahoo, in whatever websites. Then, so for searching, for getting more information about anything, we are using the smartphones. Next, to take photos. Once upon a time, taking photograph is a difficult task. For taking one photograph, it will take more than 1 hour. But now, within a second, we can take photos. So for taking photos, we are using smartphone. Then for what are the other usages of smartphones? Can you think, students? Okay. Do you know who invented this smartphone? Do you know? Okay. In the next class, I'll ask you who invented this smartphone. Alright. Now, the entire world has changed. We are not looking at the beauty of nature. We are always mobile phone, looking into the smartphone, is it good for our health? No, it is not good for our health. It is not good for our eyes, our brain, our neck. Am I right? Always we are peering or we are gazing. What is the meaning of gazing? Gazing means looking into something constantly or with full effort. We are looking into the smartphone not like this, but we are looking into the smartphone bending our neck. So it makes some problems in our spinal cord, in our neck, and it's not good for our brain and our eyes. Okay, so there are so many defects, so many disadvantages are there by the usage of smartphone. So students, today I am giving you a homework, that is, first one is you have to identify who is the inventor of smartphone. And the next is you have to compare yourself before 10 years how you are and now how you are. Okay. Without smartphone, can you live? No. So the first work is you have to identify who is the inventor of smartphone, who invented smartphone. And the next is write 5 disadvantages of the usage of smartphone. Will you do it, students? Okay. In this class, we are going to learn a new lesson in this new term, that is smartphones, addiction and gaze. We are completely addicted to this smartphone. Now we are the slaves for this smartphone. What is the meaning of slave? Slaves, like servants. We are obeying to the smartphone. Our smartphones are not obeying to us. So we are like the servants of our smartphones. So this lesson, this particular lesson is an essay. It is an essay which talks more about smartphones and we people are addicted with smartphones. So it talks about addiction and gaze. What is the meaning of gaze? To look into something constantly with great force. We are looking into the smartphone constantly. We are peering on the screen of the smartphone. So this is what we are going to learn in this lesson. Are you all ready, students? This particular essay, Smartphones, Addiction and Gaze, was written by Abhir Roy. This was written by Abhir Roy. So he is telling what are the disadvantages or what are the impacts, negative impacts of the usage of smartphones. At first he is saying that everywhere, in all the places, everywhere around me or around us, the people are busy with their smartphones. They are not talking to their friends or not talking to their family members. There is no social interaction or connection between people. People are addicted or attached with their smartphones. And if I am using my smartphone and if anybody calls or anybody came here or crossed in front of me, I do not know. So we are unaware of the things which are happening around us. Why? We are always busy in chatting with people who are unfamiliar for us. Am I right? In Facebook, in Twitter and in Instagram, what we are doing? We are chatting or we are talking with people who are strangers for us. We are unaware of the people who is he or who is she, but still we are talking. We are sharing everything. We are sharing about us. We are sharing everything with the people who are unknown, who are strangers for us. But we have no time to talk with our family members. We have no time to talk with our parents, with our children. Is it not? We are all in nowadays everybody carries a mobile phone, a smartphone with them, and nobody got time to speak with their children, to speak with their brothers or sisters, to speak with their parents. neighbors, family members, relatives, but we are talking with people who are unknown, who are unfamiliar to us. So here this writer Abhir Roy is saying that everywhere I could see people who are using their smartphones. On the street, in hotels, in bus stop, in bus stand, inside the bus, everywhere. People are walking on the road but they are using their smartphones, or they will chat with somebody. So everywhere we could see people with smartphone. People without smartphone is rare. Everywhere from Kashmir to Kanyakumari we could see people using smartphones. Nobody is here without smartphone. And he is saying that when I enter into the airport, who is saying? Abhir Roy, he is saying that when I enter into the airport, crowd was there. More than 1,000 people are there in the airport. And they are all peering, or they are all looking on the screen of the smartphones. So nobody is talking with the people who are next to them, but all are looking at their smartphones. So what is the condition of our nation today? This is the question raised by Abhir Roy in this essay. And he is adding some more information about a Russian scientist, Ivan Pavlov. This Ivan Pavlov is a famous scientist and a psychologist. And he made an experiment with a dog. How many of you like dogs? We all like dogs, right? So this Ivan Pavlov made an experiment by using a dog. And what is that experiment? Whenever the dog heard a bell sound, it started to salivate. Why? Because the dog knows that at once I hear the bell sound, I will get food. So whenever the dog hears the bell sound, the dog knows that now I will get my food. So it started to salivate. Similarly, this Abhir Roy is saying that instead of this dog and the food, instead of this dog, if Pavlov experimented this particular experiment with man, what will happen? Whenever the bell sound, whenever the ringtone, or whenever the sound of the smartphone man is hearing, automatically he will rush to take his smartphone. Why? To check whether any messages came in my mobile phone. So we will rush to take our mobile phone to check the messages, to check the updates in online. So here Abhir Roy is saying that Ivan Pavlov is a scientist. He made an experiment with a dog. And what is that experiment? Whenever the dog hears a bell sound, the dog started to salivate, which means the dog knows that he will get a food immediately. Similarly, Abhir Roy is saying if Pavlov made this experiment with man, what will happen? Man will rush to take their mobile phone whenever they could hear the ringtones of the mobiles. Because we want to check it, whether somebody sent a message to me. And what is the sound? Sometimes we all will set some ringtones for our mobile phones for getting messages, right? So whenever we hear that sound, automatically our brain will go and is saying that take your mobile phone and check it. So this is what Abhir Roy is saying. And he is giving some information about today's happening, that is every minute more than 400 hours videos are updated in YouTube. Now in this pandemic situation, you are learning through online. Similarly, every minute in this world, in this earth, what people are videos in YouTube in every single minute. So that is the condition today. And we are posting in Facebook, in Twitter, in Instagram, and it takes more than millions or billions. So billions of posts are updated in Facebook and Twitter and Instagram every day. So think about the condition of today's or present society. Once people are living happily with their family, they will work hard in the farms. Most of the people in India were farmers, right? So they will do agriculture, they will crop plants. But today, what is the condition? People have no time to spend with their family members, but they have time to check their WhatsApp messages or YouTube or in Facebook. So they are spending time with their smartphones, not with their family members. So these are the things Abir Roy is telling in this particular essay. Till this, can you understand, students? Now, Adam Alter is a writer and he has written a popular book, and the title of the book is Irresistible. What is the title of the book? Irresistible, which is written by Adam Alter. So in this particular book, he says that, this Adam Alter says that people are spending more than 12 hours per day with their smartphones other than sleeping. So total 24 hours are there in a day other than sleeping. Sleeping time will take maybe 8 to 10 hours. And the rest of the time, they are spending at least 12 hours with their smartphones. So this is the condition of people today. And he is also saying that nowadays a new disease came, and the name of the particular disease is nomophobia. What is that? Nomophobia. Nomophobia means no mobile phobia. Without mobile phone, nobody can survive. Without mobile phone, I can't eat, I can't sleep, I can't do anything without my mobile phone. This is the condition of people today. What is the name of that? Nomophobia. Without mobile phone, I cannot do anything. Students, just try for one whole day, please switch off your mobile phones. Or ask your parents to switch off their mobile phones for 24 hours. What will happen? Check it. We cannot do anything without our mobile phone. We are eagerly waiting for messages, to receive messages, to send message. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. So we are eagerly waiting to send message and to receive message. We cannot stay without mobile phone. Just check. Ask your parents to switch off their mobile phone for one whole day. Then identify what is the reaction of your parents or what is the reaction of yourself. You yourself can judge. Oh, this is the condition of me or myself. So, please will you do it, students? Okay. And one more. Kevin Roos is a person. He was addicted to his mobile phone once. So in the magazine The New Year Times, Kevin Roos talked about how I was when I was addicted to mobile phone. He is saying that without my mobile phone, I can't do anything. I can't sleep if I did not check my mobile phone. And he is saying that I became angry. And anxiety. What is meant by anxiety? Nervousness. So he is addicted to his mobile phone, and thus what is the result? He is an angry man and he feels nervous to do anything. Later, he cannot even read the newspaper. He cannot even read any book. He cannot watch a full-length movie. He will skip everything and he will watch a full movie within 5 minutes. He cannot sit and watch a movie for 3 hours. So these are the impacts he faced, and he is telling that finally I uninstalled all the Twitters and all the unnecessary apps, but still I cannot overcome this addiction. So this Kevin Roose is telling his own life experience in the New York Times. Okay, so he became a person with full of anger and anxiety. He cannot even read a book. Why? He is always, or he is busy with his smartphones always. So he cannot do any other works other than using the smartphone. So this is the condition of Kevin Roose. So he is confessing, I was addicted to smartphones. So people should not, he is advising to others that don't be a person of addiction or addicted to your mobile phone. Is that clear, students? So, shall we revise what we learned today? The title of the lesson is Smartphones, Addiction and Gaze, which was written by Abir Roy. And he is talking about the negative impacts of the usage of smartphone. Everywhere we could see people who are using their smartphones, they have no time to spend with their family members. We are not talking with our family members, with our parents or children or neighbors, but we are always busy with our smartphones. And we could see in airport also people are busy in using their smartphones. Ivan Pavlov is a Russian scientist, and he made an experiment with a dog. Whenever the dog hears a bell sound, the dog started to salivate, which means the dog will get food very soon. In the same way, if he made that experiment with human beings and mobile phones, what will happen? People will rush to take their mobile phone to check the messages. And then we got few information about the happenings today. Every single minute people are uploading more than 400 hours videos in YouTube. And Adam Alter has written a book, Irresistible, and here he is saying that without mobile phone people cannot live. And nomophobia is a new disease. Without mobile phone, I cannot do anything. Finally, we saw that in the New York Times, it's a magazine where Kevin Roose confesses that I was addicted with my mobile phone. Because of that, I cannot do anything. I cannot even read newspaper. I cannot watch a full-length movie. This was the condition of me once. And so he uninstalled all the apps, but still he cannot overcome this problem. This is what we have seen in this class. Okay? And students, I do remember once again your homework. First is discover and identify who invented the smartphones and write 5 disadvantages of use of the smartphones. Is that clear? Now take your textbook. Let's read. Take page number 75. Take page number 75. Smartphones, addiction and gaze. Students, I'll give you one more work today, and from page number 75 to 76, you have to read and send me the audio or the video. Alright? So listen to me carefully, and what you have to do? You have to read these 2 pages and send the audio or video to me. Alright? Okay. Just look at all the people hunched over their phones as they walk the streets or drive the cars or shop in malls. Observe people in line for coffee or on a quick break from work or just driving or sitting in a restaurant. Visit an airport and you notice a sea of craned necks and dead eyes all staring at the screen on their smartphones. Clearly, we have long passed the days of looking up and around at our world to constantly looking down. What is the meaning of craned? Leaned over to see something better. I wonder what would have happened if the Russian scientist Ivan Pavlov were alive today and performed his experiment with humans and smartphones, this time instead of using the dogs, which salivated every time the bell that they associated with food rang. It is not food, it is food. Every time we would hear the sound of the ding, ping or buzz from our smartphone, I'm sure many of us would be itching to grab our phones. Let's also not forget that every single minute on the planet, YouTube users upload more than 400 hours of video. Each day, there are literally billions of Facebook feeds, Instagram posts and blogs that are accessible to us on our smartphone, which invites us to get lost in it anyway, at any time, whatever else we may be doing. Till this, students, please read loudly and send the audio to me. Alright? Okay. Adam Alter, author of the best-selling book Irresistible, informs us that most people devote between 1.5 hours on their phones daily and others far longer across the globe. These people also spend an average of a quarter of their waking lives on their phones, which is more time than any other daily activity they engage in except sleeping. For Alter, most people have spent a staggering 11 years on their smartphone over an average lifetime. This dependence on our phones is so prevalent that researchers have now coined the term nomophobia. What is its abbreviation? It's the abbreviation of no mobile phobia, to describe the fear of being without a mobile phone. Without mobile phone, nobody can live. In a recently published highly popular op-ed piece in the New York Times, "Do Not Disturb: How I Ditched My Phone and Unbroke My Brain," the author Kevin Roose confesses to his own addiction with his smartphone. Will you all read it again, students? Students, I hope you all have understood our today's class. See you all in the next class, students. Until, take care. Thank you.